Hi everyone, and welcome to your class today, which is a 45-minute Yang Yin Yoga practice. For this class, all you need is a mat, but feel free to grab your blocks in case you need them for some support in our poses. So the first half of our practice, we're going to focus on the masculine. So heat, strength, stamina, flexibility, and just really making ourselves sweat, building a little heat and muscle within the body. The second half of class is going to be our yin portion, focusing more on the feminine, the lunar energy. So we're really going to slow our practice down here. We're going to be holding our poses anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes. And we're going to really focus on the deep, dense stretches that get into the connective tissue, into the joints, and really create some space within the body. So we're going to get started right away here. So you can find a comfortable seated position in our Sukhasana with the legs crossed, or whatever feels comfortable for you on your mat today. Just taking a moment to ground down, to become center, to draw the focus inward, and notice how we're feeling as we roll our mat out today. Noticing any thoughts, any emotions, and just beginning to clear the mind of any of those distracting thoughts, any of those distracting feelings. And just allow ourselves to be present and focus on the breath and focus on our practice. So just taking a few moments to begin to slow down the breath. Nice deep inhales and exhales, allowing the breath to relax the body, relax the mind. Just feeling that connection to ourselves, to our breath. Noticing how our body is feeling today, if we're feeling tight, tense. Noticing if we're holding any areas of tension. And just remember to keep this into our awareness as we flow through our practice. So if we are feeling tight, remember we can take modifications. Just really honor your body with these movements and this practice. Never go into a pose that causes you any type of pain. It's okay to feel uncomfortable, but remember, if we are in pain, that is our body's way of telling us that this isn't right. So just pull out, maybe come to a child's pose, or find something that is working for you today on your mat. So we're just going to take 5 deep breaths here, really making that connection with our breath. Feeling our body soften with every exhale. And we're going to take one more deep belly breath in. And exhale out. If your eyes are closed, just begin to blink them open. And just begin to roll the shoulders in one direction. Nice, big movements. And then we'll roll the shoulders in the opposite direction. I'm going to inhale, lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head towards the sky. And as we exhale, begin to walk the hands out in front of us for a gentle fold. Allow the head, the neck to fall heavy. And find 3 deep breaths. And walk the hands back towards the body. So from here, whatever foot is in front, we're just going to switch. So just switching the position of the feet. And we're going to find that fold again. So inhale, reach the crown of the head towards the sky. Nice tall spine. And as we exhale, begin to walk the hands forward for a nice gentle fold. Really feeling this in the glutes, the hips, the back, and even the neck and shoulders. One more breath here. And walking the hands back towards the body. From here, we're going to roll up and over, finding our tabletop position and beginning to warm up the spine with our cat-cow. So hands underneath the shoulders, hips over the knees, nice long spine. We'll inhale, drop the belly, lifting the chest, lifting the hips, and lifting the gaze. As we exhale, press into the hands, round to the back, gaze to the knee. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. We're going to do this for 3 more breaths. Moving at your own time, your own pace, and exaggerating these movements. So really awakening the body, allowing this movement to feel good as we awaken our spine for our practice. And exhale, meeting at tabletop after that last round. So from here, we're going to tuck the toes, press into the fingertips, and with an inhale, hover the knees off the mat for bear pose. So we're feeling the shoulders separate in the back as the knees hover a few inches off of the mat. So we're going to really start to warm up the spine or the core here, really feel that fire, that heat within the body. That core engagement is so important in yoga, so it's nice to warm up the core before we get started. And we're going to hold for 3 more breaths. Last inhale. And as we exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog. Just taking a moment here in our dog to find any wiggles, any movements that feel good for your body. Maybe pedaling out the legs, swaying the hips back and forth, side to side. And again, if we're feeling tight here in the hamstrings, the back of the legs, we can keep a bend into the knee and allow the belly to rest on the thighs as we work on creating length within the body, within the muscles. So we want to externally rotate the arms, pressing into the fingertips and elongating the spine from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone. The core is nice and strong here, staying active. And we're going to flow from plank to down dog. So as we inhale, pull forward into plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, down dog. 3 more. Inhaling forward. Nice strong core. Exhale, press back. Inhale forward. Exhale, press back. We'll do 1 more round here. Inhale, pull forward. And exhale, pressing back. So we're going to really start to create some heat and warm the body with our sun salutations. We'll go through the first round slowly, modify this first round, and then we'll start to build heat and move a little faster within the flow. So inhale to look to the hands. Exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat in our forward fold. Just taking a moment in our fold to stretch out the back of the legs, maybe sway the hips side to side. Option to grab opposite elbows. Releasing the back of the head, the neck. Weight is into the balls of the feet. And if we have opposite elbows held, we'll release. We're going to inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze looks up. And as we exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold, starting our sun salutation. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, hop, step, or jump into our plank. Drop to the knees, and as we exhale, lower all the way down, bending 90 degrees at the elbows, coming down onto the belly. So hands could be on either side of the shoulders. We're going to inhale for baby cobra, using the back, lifting the chest. Exhale down. Inhale for tabletop. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. So that is a modified flow. Feel free to continue with the modifications if that is where you are in your practice. But I will be cueing for the full flow. So again, just listen to your body and do what feels good for your practice. So we're going to inhale, look to the hands. Exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze looks up. Option to take a little back bend. And exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, walk, step, or jump into plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale for up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog, 2 breaths. Inhaling to the hands. Exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze looks up. Option to take that back bend. And exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold, last on A. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale to fold, planting the hands. We'll walk, step, or jump into plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, 2 breaths. Moving into sun B. So a few more movements, a lot more breath, and more heat. So really feeling the body warming up, awakening. We're going to inhale to look to the hands. Exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze looks up. An option to take that back bend. And then come to standing release. So moving into sun B. So our feet can be together or hip distance apart. We're going to inhale the hands up towards the sky. Shoulders down, and exhale, sit it back, chair pose. So sitting the bum back like we're sitting in a chair. We want to tuck the tailbone, lift the chest, shoulders down. Our core is nice and strong here, holding. Bringing the hands to heart center, inhale. And exhale, twist left elbow to right knee. Twisting towards the right side. So we want to keep our knees in line here. We don't want that left knee popping out in front of the right, and our hips are still squaring to the top of the mat. Inhaling. Exhale to release to center. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left, hook the right elbow to the left knee, and twist over to the left side of the room. Again, right knee is in line with the left, hips are squaring to the front. Inhaling, and exhale to fold, center. We're going to inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold, planting the hands, stepping back into plank and lowering chaturanga on an exhale. Inhale for up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, right leg up nice and high, 3-legged dog. And exhale, plant the foot between the hands. Drop the left foot on a 45. We're going to inhale up, warrior 1, square the hips to the top of the mat. Right knee over right ankle, shoulders down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring that right foot, step back into plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're inhaling that left leg up nice and high, three-legged dog. And exhale, plant it between the hands. Drop the right foot on a 45. Coming up, warrior one. Again, hips are squaring towards the top. Shoulders down, core is tight. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, frame that left foot. Step back into plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths here. Inhale to look to the hands. Exhale, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. We're going to inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit it back, chair pose. And exhale, up, standing. So we're going to flow through a warrior sequence here. So we're going to inhale the hands up. And exhale, hinge of the hips, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, hop back into plank. And exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, right leg up nice and high. Exhale, plant that right foot between the hands. We're going to drop the left foot parallel with the short edge of our mat. And windmill the arms up, warrior two. So deep bend into the front knee. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Actively reaching for opposite corners of the room. We're dropping the hips. Shoulders are squaring over the hips. We're not leaning forward. Inhale. Exhale, take it reverse. So sweep the right hand up and over, opening the chest towards the sky and keeping the legs in that warrior two position. Inhale, back, warrior two. Exhale, lean forward, drop the right elbow to the thigh and sweep the left hand up and over. Inhale and exhale. Coming back, warrior two, inhale, exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two, exhale, extended side angle. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, warrior two, exhale, extended side angle, or reverse. Inhale back, and exhale, extend. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, frame that right foot, step back into plank, and lower chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. And exhale, down dog, 3 breaths. Maybe pedal at the legs here. So we're going to show that same love to the opposite side. That little dancing warrior sequence. Flowing from warrior two to reverse to extended side angle. Inhale, left leg up nice and high, 3-legged dog. And exhale, plant it between the hands, drop the right foot parallel with the short edge of our mat, and windmill the arms up, warrior two. So again, deep bend into that left knee, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Shoulders are over the hips, and sink the hips down low. Inhaling. Exhale, take it into reverse. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, lean forward, dropping the elbow to the thigh and sweeping that right arm up and over, extended side angle. Inhale back, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, extended side angle. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhaling, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Coming up, inhale. Exhale, frame that left foot. Step back into plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. So we're going to drop to the knees, and we're going to practice dolphin pose. So dolphin pose is a prep pose to help us build the strength within the core, within the shoulders for our headstand. So we're going to come down, shoulders over the elbows, our fingertips are reaching towards the top of the mat. Tucking the toes, we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, press the bum back. So it's almost like a downward facing dog on our forearms. And from here, we can begin to walk the feet closer to the body or to the arms. Holding here. We're going to hold here for a good 5 deep breaths. Pressing into the forearms. Inhale, exhale, lower the knees, mat distance apart, big toes a touch, pressing back, child's pose for 2 breaths. Just really reaching the fingertips forward, maybe tenting the fingertips to release the shoulders. So we are going to do one more strength building pose for the core before we move into our yin portion where we slow it down, hold our poses. Walking the hands forward. So we're going to sweep the feet to one side. We're coming into boat pose. So there are a few options here. So we just want to take the flesh out from underneath the glutes. Remember, we always want a nice tall spine, shoulders down, crown of the head reaching forward up towards the sky. So we're going to take a slight incline. And our first variation, the toes could be on the mat. Leaning back, reaching the fingertips towards the top of the mat actively. So option 2, lifting the toes, keeping a bend into the knees. And option 3, extending the legs. So wherever we are, we're holding for 10 breaths. Halfway. Inhale and exhale, release. Just bring the knees towards the chest and hug ourselves. Maybe bring the forehead to the knees. Just giving yourself a minute to recover before we get into our nice deep stretching portion. Okay, so rolling up and over the knees. We're going to take that downward facing dog. From here, we're going to inhale that right leg up nice and high. And exhale, right knee to the right wrist and the right foot to the left wrist. So we're setting up for pigeon. The shin is parallel with the short edge of our mat, and we're going to walk that left foot back a little bit. So option stay up into the hands. We want to look behind, ensure that that left foot isn't curled. If the toes are pointing straight back. So we can stay up into the hands. If we do have a block, we can place a block underneath the right glute. And if we do have the space in the body, we're going to inhale to lengthen and exhale, fold. Coming into sleeping swan. So this is a deep and intense stretch. So use the breath to try and relax, to try and not fidget. So remember, for our yin portion, we're holding the poses anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes for this class. So really focus on the breath. That will really help get you through these poses. So in a typical yin practice, there could be anywhere from 5 to 10 poses in a full hour-long class, because you hold them anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. Where we are doing a shorter class, we're going to hold them for 2 to 3. So just quieting down the mind, softening the face. Breathing through any uncomfortable feelings, any distracting thoughts. Taking one last breath. So if we are on the forearms, we'll press up into the hands, tucking the left toes. We'll walk that left knee in just a little bit, and then we're going to take it back into our downward facing dog. Just taking a moment to pedal out the legs and release this pose. Before we set up on the left side. So inhale, left leg floats up high. Exhale, left knee to the wrist and bring the left foot over to the right. So the left shin is parallel with the short edge of our mat. Walk that right knee back a little. Again, peek behind. Ensure that that right foot is nice and straight and the foot isn't curled. This left foot, we're keeping it flexed. So again, we can stay up onto the hands. Or if we do have the space and want to go deeper, we can inhale to lengthen and exhale, walk the hands down, coming into sleeping swan. So again, just breathe through any feelings that may arise. Usually when we do practice hip openers and hip stretches, we can tend to feel frustrated and a little anxious. So just know that that is normal. And that's why the breath is so important, to help get us through this pose, to help us not fidget, and try and find some kind of relaxation in this shape. Just always reminding ourselves that nothing is permanent in yoga. We will be moving from pose to pose, so this pose won't last too long. So just again, find that breath. Find comfort within yourself, within your breath. Last breath in. And exhaling. So again, tucking the back toes and walking that right knee in a little. We'll come up onto the hands and then press back into our downward facing dog. Just taking a moment to paddle out the legs. And we're going to drop to the knees. So we're going to come in to a variation of shoelace pose. So there are a few options. So we're going to extend the legs out. So option one is to take the left foot and just plant it flat on the inside of our right thigh. Option two is to plant the left foot onto the outside of the right thigh, keeping the right foot flexed. And then option three is to bend within that right knee. So both feet are on the opposite outside of the hips. So our spine is nice and long, our feet are flexing, and we're going to find a fold. So again, if that right foot is still long, we'll just fold over that left knee. Again, just play around, find out what feels best for you in your practice. And again, remember to keep a nice tall spine, shoulders down, lots of space within the body. And begin to walk the hands forward to fold. We're going to be holding here for 15 good belly breaths. We're going to take 3 more belly breaths. So wherever you are, we'll begin to walk the hands back towards the body and releasing the legs out in front of us. So both legs nice and straight. Again, maybe taking the flesh out from underneath. I'm going to bring that to the other side. So the left leg is extended. Again, remember we have our options. So this side of the body might feel different. So just work with where we are, work with what space we have, and accept that with no judgment. So again, the right foot could plant to the inside of our left leg, thigh, or it could come to the outside of that left thigh. And if we do have the space, we could bend in that left knee, stacking the knees, keeping the feet flexed on either side of our hips. Again, nice tall spine, shoulders down, actively reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. Inhale nice and deep. And as we exhale, begin to fold, coming down, maybe rounding throughout the back, resting the chin or forehead onto the knee for 15 deep belly breaths. 3 more belly breaths. Last inhale. And exhale, walk the hands back towards the body, extending the legs. So we're just going to separate the legs nice and long, coming into one of my favorite stretches, dragonfly pose. So just take the flesh out from underneath. The toes are flexing towards the body. Again, nice tall spine. Maybe rock back and forth so we feel nice and grounded. We're going to take a deep inhale, lifting throughout the upper body, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. And as we exhale, beginning to walk the hands forward for a nice deep fold. So just working with where you are in the body. Again, no judgment, just accept where you are. Maybe staying up onto the fingertips, maybe coming down to the forearms. And if you do have the space, coming down on bringing the forehead to the mat or onto stacked fists. We're going to find 10 belly breaths. So taking one breath, inhaling, and exhaling, beginning to walk the hands back towards the body and bringing the legs in together. So I do want to go through one more stretch on each side of the body. I may go over the class description time a little bit, but that's okay. We did do a lot of shoulder work at the beginning of our class, so I do want to have a nice deep shoulder stretch to end our practice. So just coming over and finding your way onto your belly nice and slowly. Tops of the feet are down onto the mat. So the left hand is underneath the left shoulder, and we'll extend the right hand out to a half a T, palm facing the ground. So from here, we're going to inhale to roll up and over onto the right side. So that left hand can stay grounded and stack the feet or the legs. If we do want to go deeper here, we could bring that left leg behind the right and plant the foot onto the mat and bring the left arm across the lower back. So we're going to be here for 8 belly breaths. So just trying to find stillness, relaxation, and just feel that nice deep stretch within the right shoulder. One more breath on this side. Inhale. And exhale to release over onto the belly, and we'll come right over to the other side. So extend that left arm out nice and long. Planting the right hand underneath the right shoulder. We'll inhale up and over onto the left side. So again, just seeing how this feels. If we want to go deeper, we can bring that right foot and plant it behind the left leg, and bring the right hand across the lower back. So we're finding stillness and relaxation for 8 belly breaths. Just a few more rounds of breath here. Inhaling and exhale to release. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to press up into child's pose, knees mat distance apart, big toes to touch, and then walk the hands forward, bringing the forehead to the mat for our final pose. So coming into our Shavasana in our child's pose. Just coming back to our natural breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Taking time here to thank ourselves for this practice, for rolling out our mat, for dedicating this time to ourselves. Thanking our body for movement. And just feeling ourselves sinking into our mat with every exhale. So this is your practice. You can feel free to stay in this child's pose for as long as you want, or you can begin to walk the hands towards the body. We'll sweep the feet to one side and come into that Sukhasana pose, that easy seated pose, taking the flesh out from underneath, crossing the legs, shoulders are down. And we'll just take one deep, beautiful breath together to end our practice. So take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, side out. May the sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the light within you guide you on. Namaste. So thank you for joining me for this Yang Yin Yoga practice. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to subscribe to my channel and stay up to date with all new content. And I hope you all have a great and wonderful day.